Hello, my name is Robert Kvinsland, and I'm representing Seattle Tunnel Partners in regards to the State Route 99 tunnel project. Although we are 4 years behind schedule and around $400 million over budget, the State Route 99 tunnel project is progressing and should be done within the next 6 months. Being behind and over budget is mostly a result to the unexpected problems highlighted by the steel pipe that was unmarked by the Washington State Department of Transportation that for about 2 years shut down Bertha, which is the largest boring machine on Earth. I will provide a little background to why these problems are so important for the safety of the people of Seattle. Our company has put years of time and effort into this project to replace the Alaskan Way Viaduct overpass with this giant 2-level tunnel. The overpass needs to be replaced because it is a safety hazard to the people of Seattle that use it. Governor Jay Inslee said this project is a race against the next earthquake, meaning that if an earthquake was to happen, the entire overpass could collapse. This puts great incentive into finishing this job as quickly as we can. This is why when we encounter a problem as large as shutting down the bore for almost 2 full years because of an unmarked steel pipe that breaks the boring machine in soil that the Washington State Department of Transportation had given us all the specs on, we are forced to spend a lot of money on subcontractors to help get the machine running again so we can continue boring. Because this is a result of something that was not included in the specs of the job, we believe as a company that we should not be required to pay out the cost to fix Bertha, the boring machine, and that the state should. Although I am as disappointed as come to this, I'm going to explain why it is necessary for us to have compensation for the cost of fixing Bertha. Firstly, I want to put on record that we as a company are as unhappy as the people of Seattle are this project has taken so long. We sympathize for the people that have to drive on that overpass, that unsafe overpass, every day. We cannot wait for the day this tunnel project is finished and everybody who uses that route can feel safe going to work every day. Despite the sympathy we feel for the Seattle people, we still have to do what is right for our company, who is being unjustly criticized for the mistakes of the state. Here's a quote about the company that built Bertha that is on the Washington State Department of Transportation, or WSDOT for short, website. It says, Bertha was manufactured by Hitachi Zosen Corporation, a Japanese firm that has successfully built more than 1,300 tunnel machines, a number of them for a large diameter tunnel project. This quote from WSDOT demonstrates the quality of a product that Bertha is and portrays that it takes a very large issue to be able to shut the giant boring machine down. The time sensitivity of this project was also a major reason for why the breakdown of Bertha was such an issue. Breaking down requires to hire subcontractors, like Malcolm Drilling out of Seattle, who created the concrete-lined 120-foot deep access vault that was used to retrieve the 4 million pound cutter drive at the machine's front end and allow it to be lifted to the surface. We are not the only ones who encountered problems on this job site. Malcolm Drilling also encountered issues with groundwater and sloppy soils. Since Bertha has been fixed, we have not had any major problems with the machine and do not anticipate having any. This means that we will finish the project with no future issues, and something like this should not happen again, unless there's another unmarked steel pipe in our way. Now that I've discussed what the problem was, I will explain why the state believes we are in the wrong here. People from the Washington State Department of Transportation claim that we are responsible for the breakdown because the steel pipe had nothing to do with the soil condition. This is false. If they had done their job properly, they would have known about the steel pipe, and this 2-year period of repairing the machine and paying subcontractors would not have happened. If this 2-year period would have consisted of boring, like it should have, this project would have more than likely have been completed on time and on budget. So now that I've explained why the argument against us is false, allow me to conclude this briefing. Throughout this briefing, I've explained why we were not in the wrong for Bertha breaking down and the time and money lost during this period. And even though the amount of money lost is very high, it was not our fault, it was the state's fault. They need to compensate us, and they should compensate us for our losses. Thank you.